Hey Ottawa, this is Annalee Rice with Royal LePage Performance Realty. Here's your Monday market snapshot of Ottawa's real estate market for February 13th, 2023. And in case you didn't notice the date, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Okay, I've got lots of information to share. Citywide, we see an increase in the number of active listings at the end of this week. We're up by 20 listings, but that's still below what we saw throughout January in terms of active listings. Notably, this week's jump in active listings was all in the detached home market. The number of sales continues to climb week over week. This week it was a 9% increase over what we had last week, and this week's total was 158 sales. Citywide, detached sales and condominium sales were up, and townhouse sales were down. Across the city boundaries, there were 260 properties listed this week, and the ratio is still steady at 80% new listings and 20% relisted properties. When we delve into the sales data, I note that 16% of the sales this week were properties that were listed for 7 or fewer days. That was 26 sales. But 54% of this week's sales, 85 properties, had been listed for 30 or fewer days. That's a jump of nearly 10% over last week. And we see the days on market for sold properties dropping as a result. Here's a couple of new stats this week. 20% of the sales did not have a conditional period. That was 32 of the 158 sales. Just over half of those were listed and sold firm within 4 days, and most of those went for over asking price. We'll have to watch to see if this changes in the weeks and months ahead. Okay, so let's zoom in on the different areas of the city. In the central urban area, we see a bump in the detached listings, but a drop in sales. And we see a 25% increase in condominium sales this week. It was 39 instead of 29 last week. In Canada and Stittsville, the active listings and sales of detached homes were up over last week. In Barrhaven and Riverside South, we see a slight increase in sales for all 3 property types. And in Orleans, we similarly see a slight bump in sales across all property types and a 10% increase in the number of detached homes that are actively listed for sale. Comparatively, there are a lot of detached homes listed in Orleans. As always, I've got the full stats in table form here for detached towns and condos. And to make sure you get notified of these weekly updates, follow me on Instagram or find me on YouTube at Your Ottawa Realtor and click subscribe.